There are a lot of schools, and they're Big Ten schools, for instance. Big Ten schools today, they have so many more resources. But you decided to go to Jackson State when I'm sure you had other opportunities. So this is an historic move. Why is this so important to you to coach at an HBCU?
First and foremost, God led me to Jackson State. That's what I can truly, honestly say. And it's just sitting on that stage and looking my people in the eye and saying and proclaiming what I plan on doing with this program. We have a coaching staff that has 84 years of NFL experience, combined coaching and playing. And these kids just need the level field, just level. They need the playing field leveled. I cannot wait for this opportunity. If you give us the resources, you give us the same resources that these other schools have, we're going to prove that there is a highway that takes you from Jackson State all the way into the NFL and professionalism. We're not just raising professional football players, we're raising professionals.
The irony in me wearing a support black colleges shirt.
Yikes.
When we go in to talk about Deion Sanders.
Yikes.
I guess I feel two ways about it because we were prepared going into this. Like, it wasn't like this is a complete shocker. We knew he was going out and fielding opportunities from certain places. I can't say that I expected Colorado to be that
Boulder, Colorado? I can't say that I understand. I guess I understand the move. I don't understand the destination in the least bit.
I agree.
I don't get it. So, like, at best, let's say you completely flip that program on its head and you win 10 games. Even 10. Okay, so you win 10 games. You're probably not going to beat USC or Utah next year.
Oh, yeah. No.
Are you going to beat Oregon next year? I don't even think you can beat Oregon next year. So, at best, you're fourth best in the fourth best conference in the country.
I think they played well enough to be third.
They're better than the Big 12? Big 12 has a playoff team.
Ooh, that's okay. Okay. That's fair.
And a team that can beat a playoff team.
But for the longest, the Pac-12 had 5 teams in the top 25. USC, UCLA, Oregon, Utah.
It's 4.
There was another team.
Just, do you think the Pac-12 is better than the Big 12?
Ooh, and the Big 12 is losing Texas and Oklahoma. Not that they're those teams this year,
the Pac is losing USC and UCLA. I'm saying as currently currently constructed, Deion's going out there. Mm-hmm. They are the 4th best Power 5 conference in the country.
Sure.
And he will be the 4th best team out there.
Yeah.
Until USC and UCLA leave, at which point your conference is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it funky.
Yeah.
Oregon, Washington, and Utah, while they are
that was the other team, Washington.
Somewhat of a they're so-so programs. They are not what just left your conference.
Mm-hmm. And they probably won't be enough to sustain the popularity in said conference.
So unless he knows something about them conferences that I don't know or that none of us know.
That's what a lot of people said.
I don't get maybe a potential merger between the Big 12 and the Pac. Maybe. But I don't
even that
I don't get it. I don't get it because it doesn't feel like a big enough opportunity to leave what you were building at Jackson State. Unless, and I'll let you go after this, what you were doing at Jackson State was just a stepping stone, and that's what it was the entire time.
Honestly, at this point, it kind of sounds like that, and
which is unfortunate.
But even then, if that's what it was, I don't understand Colorado over Auburn. Or what's the other one?
Auburn didn't offer.
There's other head coaching jobs that I felt like made more sense than Colorado.
I would have waited it out for a Power 5 and one of the premier conferences in the Big Ten or the SEC. Why would I waste my time in Boulder, Colorado, fighting for relevance, really? Yeah. And then after the teams that I'll be fighting for relevance leave, I'll still have somebody in this conference that is way ahead of me in Utah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the move. I really don't. It's a destination. I get the move. I don't get the destination. But at the backside of that is, I felt like if you could at least get Shiloh and Shador drafted and Travis drafted out of Jackson State, you will have done your job.
Yeah.
Well, now Jackson State is going right back to where they were before you next year. Like
The whole
next
conference
year.
is going right back.
Because I can't say that. I won't put that on, FAMU or Grambling or anybody else, Tennessee State. I won't put that on them because they didn't have nothing to do with Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Their program is their program. My point is where Jackson State was, they had the nation's eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
You had damn Chloe Bailey showing up to your homecoming. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden, you starting to see ESPN show up to HBCU games.
Yeah.
You know, there was a different energy there because Jackson State was good.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to take your 5 stars and go to Boulder. Travis, Shador, Shiloh, all of them are going to Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not even kid ourselves. You so much as said that.
Yeah, yeah.
What does that do to the program? They're going right back to the obscurity that they had before. Yeah, sure, they got nice facilities now.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll probably be like that for the next 30 years. They'll probably look exactly like that for the next 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that I won't put that on him that was his intention. I don't think he did anything malicious. He took a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate in the timetable that it happened because maybe if you give that thing another year, everybody can enter the draft. Travis will be a junior. Shador will be a senior. Shiloh will be a sophomore, junior.
Don't quote me.
I'm just saying, man. You stick it out one more year, and I know something's going to come that's better than Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I don't like, all of the, talks of specifically aiding and assisting and doing everything for, the black college as if, what you were doing was more than, just staying here.
That whole who ain't swag shit now, that looks bad. That looks bad. You're not swag.
Yeah.
You.
Mm-hmm.
Who ain't swag? You. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That looks bad. That looks bad. Because if the idea was to, okay, I'm going to prove myself, but I'm going to do it at an HBCU and then I'm going to get a Power 5 job. I have no problem with that. Mm-hmm. What was being sold is we're putting black football on the map.
Yep.
That's what you were selling.
Yep.
And the minute you got another job that could pay you more, and that's literally all this is. Even at its best, Colorado football is not a premier job. It's not. Never has been. When has Colorado football ever been relevant?
Back when they had Cordell Stewart.
I was going to say, throwing a Hail Mary versus Michigan as the shining achievement of that program. And Joel Klatt.
Back in 94.
Cordell Stewart, Joel Klatt. Oh, and Columbus's very own Rodney Stewart. Shout out to Speedy. Shout out to Speedy.
Brookhaven's own?
I said Columbus's very own.
But he came from...
That school is not open no more. We don't have to say nothing about them. We don't have to say nothing about them. Leave them where they lay.
Okay.
What is so hype about Colorado, man?
I couldn't tell you.
Fam, I think if you would have took Jackson State up to play Colorado this year, Jackson State would have won. If you can say that confidently, why the hell are you going there? Because it's a check and it's a higher paying job and it's a job with higher prestige because of the conference that it belongs to and so on and so on.
Yeah.
It has more to do with legitimizing himself to the powers that be than it has to do with the actual career opportunity. There's nothing special about Boulder, Colorado.
What do you think about him? He told his team and everything and basically told them like, hey, like a lot of you probably shouldn't hit the transfer portal because, there's going to be a lot of people that hit the transfer portal and you guys probably just aren't going to, cut it when you get to the transfer portal. It's not going to work out for you like you think it's going to work out for you.
He's not lying. It's just the brashness in which he's saying that. It's like, hey, look, I'm out, but y'all stay right here.
And can you fault them considering they were sold on?
Yeah, but you
Prime being
can't.
there?
It almost seems like well, yeah, I'm going to take Shiloh and Shador and Travis. But the rest of y'all stay here and make the program look good so I don't look like a complete asshole. Mm-hmm. You know, that's kind of what it feels like to me. It's like some of y'all stay to make sure they're okay. And at least the bottom doesn't fall out the very next year, which it is. It is.
Yeah. It
is. Because you don't think that them coaches that had to lose to Prime these last 2 years in the boisterous way that they have, right, are licking at the chops to drag Jackson State's dead carcass up and down the field. You don't think they are waiting for the opportunity to do that to Jackson State now? Of course they are. Mm-hmm. And of course now you won't have the quarterback, the star safety, and the star corner that you had this year to fend them off. So they're probably going to get beat.
Yeah.
A couple times, a few times.
Yeah, and I just, I don't like that for them.
I don't like that either, man. It didn't have to go like that. You would have gotten a better job and you would have validated your presence there in the SWAC with just one more year. Get your boys drafted from Jackson State. Get them drafted from Jackson State. No one would ever have anything to say about you. Mm-hmm. Not a word.
But now it's been a while since we've seen successes come from HBCUs as a whole.
But the way you left has all of this stink on it, Deion. It just does, man. I'm still rooting for you, and I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that you're not gonna be successful in any way. Like you'll probably win 9 or 10 games at Colorado, whether you win the conference or not. I don't know. I don't think so. At least not while they're there. Not while USC and UCLA are there. Mm-hmm. But you'll probably get a more successful spot after this. I'm not going to pretend that because for better or worse, he's a good coach. Mm-hmm. Deion Sanders is a good coach.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't even have been in the conversation for the Auburn job if not for him being a good coach. I can't take that away from him. What is going to be different now that you're at Boulder, you're going to have to earn them folks' support. All this grassroots support that you got, all of this energy that you was getting because you was at Jackson State, that's not going to Colorado with you, bro. Mm-hmm. That love came to you because you were doing something unapologetically for us.
Yep.
And you were signaling to us that you were here for us. Mm-hmm. That show doesn't go on the road to Boulder, Colorado. It doesn't.
He does still have a leg up when it comes to recruiting certain people, though.
I think so. Sure.
One of the best cornerbacks. Who
do you think that you're going to put Colorado in the top 10 in recruiting?
No, that is, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's a different situation.
Come on, bro.
Unless they're willing to put up the
take
NIL
a little
money.
It'll take a little time. Maybe that's something that we're not seeing here. Maybe the pockets in Boulder are just deep.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't know enough.
At that point, it's like, I could play for Prime and get a shit ton of money while I'm doing it.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Well, then I guess we'll see. Yeah. Prove it.
Yeah.
But what I know is that energy that you had at Jackson State, the genuine love that even people who don't pay attention to SWAC football were showing you because of what you were doing, that doesn't just lift up and go to Colorado with you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to see what he makes of Colorado, I guess, at this point, and what happens with Jackson State.
We shall see. Give us your thoughts on the situation with Coach Prime and his new job there out in Colorado. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and come back next week for more videos.
Absolutely, and make sure you check out some of our recaps on Big Ten Country. That's what we like to do over here, and so we like to talk about college football quite a bit. So make sure you subscribe. For more.